Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox. Chair. On the show tonight is the two elder statesmen of Rangers Radio, the one and only Bridgeman, and my big mucker, Southside. Evening, Southside.
Evening, Ox, and good evening to everyone listening. Great to be on the night with a bit of royalty and Rangers Radio and the Bridgeman. So, I'm looking forward to the show, mate.
Is that you calling Fox a queen?
Joker, mate. He'll not be a queen. He's a joker.
Evening, Bridge.
What can I say? Good evening to yourself, Fox, here, and of course, big Southside there, and Terry and Foxy. Good evening to all of you. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, it was my birthday yesterday. 77 years of age now. Unbelievable. I'm still going strong, just like the Rangers. To all the Rangers fans, evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. That's how I feel.
What is it with all these guys? Oh, Davey, Bridgeman, all shouting about their birthday.
Oh.
Must be glad they're still going.
That's a lot to do with it. A lot to do with it.
Oh, I think I've got myself in the sweep if I'm being honest, Southside.
Yeah, he just said 77. You're saying elders, two elders. You know what I mean? Calm down, you.
I said the two elder statesmen.
Aye.
What's wrong with that?
He's got a few statements on the end of his years. But belated happy birthday, Bridge.
Oh, thank you, pal. Thank you very much.
You're the same age in dog years.
Aye.
Right.
Hope you're as happy as my dog, I'll tell you.
I'll go to you first, Southside. Scottish football done it again. Have a winter break and the bad weather comes in.
I know, I'm thinking about that tomorrow night. Going to Ibrox.
I know.
Going to be chilly. I know. It's like heading, innit? We have this winter break and it's still cold when we're going to come back. It might even get worse. Just missed the football, mate, to be honest. That's the thing about it. You get we were had that wee run of games and that, but I suppose the players needed a break, and I suppose the manager wanted to get some time to spend with them and get some training done, and that probably to his advantage. He might be looking forward to it, but we're missing just going to watch the football, I think.
Yeah. Bridgeman, as an athlete in a past life.
In a past life, yeah, it's so true that these words.
You did have let's just say you had a lot of athlete's foot, but that's a different thing.
Very good.
Let's what do you make it? What do you think? Do you think it? Well, from a punter's point of view, I think punters just want to keep going to the games. But do you think there's logic in it for the players' point of view?
You mean having the break?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I don't think there's any logic in it at all. I think the players, I think the players don't know what they're doing in their mind. When you have all these days off and things like that, it's like a holiday. And they're all in the middle of the season. I don't understand this winter break at all. I just don't.
All right.
As far as I'm concerned, just keep playing through it,
I get that. What would be your good self, Southside? What do you think?
I think our squad needed a break, Ox. I think we had a few playing through still injuries and a couple of niggles. Players are never they say they're 100% fit, but you know yourself, they pick up wee niggles and some still play. But I think for the amount of injuries we've had, I think it came at the right time for us to give some of them a rest. I've played right through. There was a heavy schedule of games right through. December alone.
You've got Europe's not for everybody, so.
No, it's no. And we're going to have another mammoth amount of games coming up as well, going forward. So I think it came at the right time, Ox, to give some of the players, or the majority of them that had been playing regular, a break. Because I think they need it. It's been non-stop for them since the start of the season.
I think, to make the back of in there, I think there's a lot of Rangers fans think that the winter break has been manufactured to give Celtic as much rest as possible. And this year, it was unfortunate. Well, no unfortunate, if you see what I mean. But if they had got through to the next round of the Champions League, this is what this winter break was designed for. Ease issues for Celtic, get their fresh heads in.
I get your rationale. How would have thought that a couple of years ago? But this year, How does that work? Because all you're doing is concertining the fixtures into a shorter space, Bridge. For
I
any
100%
team.
agree with you. I think to me, it would be a straight run and let it go. The box everything into December in order to create a 2-week gap or a 3-week gap. It wouldn't be anywhere near as busy if you just went through and done it. So just if you just think about it, what many games do we have in December? Like 7 or something like that, Just
No, it was more than
nonsense.
that, mate. I think we had about 7 in a week.
So you get
7 in 1 week.
That's what I'm saying. You think about it. Some weeks are playing 3 games. It's just too much for me. Too much. But however, look, some years the weather is pretty bad, and a lot of games get put off. So there could be right on one side. For me, no, it's based on what we've gone through the last 3 years or 4 years. It's nothing short of shocking.
Yeah, so we'll see where it takes us. Right, we're going to hear for the gaffer. Phil, come on, we'll have our tuppence worth in that, and then we'll get the phone lines home. It's a phone-in show. You agree, Southside?
Aye, come on and join us.
Yep. Just a big shout out to your Linda. Think me, your Linda. Think me. Yeah.
Should be raging.
You'll agree with that, Southside?
Aye, 100%.
Right, let's hear for your gaffer, Philip Clumo.
So we're approaching the end of the winter training camp here in Spain. How has it been from your point of view?
It's been really good. It was really intense. We had a lot of tough training, so the legs are really full of the players. I wanted to play them also in those circumstances with really heavy legs, that game against Hertha. So that was interesting to see. Who are the players who can cope with that? Who are the players who have more difficulty with that? It's important because we didn't have a moment like that in the first 3 months because we had every 3 days game. And we want to get them to a better physical level than they were before. We're going to need that next couple of months to raise our level as a team. So it's been really interesting. And besides all the trainings, also all the individual talks that we could do. So we had every evening individual talks from 8 until 11. And it's been really interesting to get to know the players even better than before and to grow in the story together.
And to all be together off the pitch as well. What's that been like, building those relationships among the squad and with the coaching staff?
No, really good. But it's been good already the last 2 months. Okay, in the beginning we need to find each other. No, it's been really good. And everybody who's here in the building cannot see who are the players who played most minutes, who are the players who played least minutes. It's one group together, and that's been our strength last couple of weeks also in all the difficult circumstances, that everybody was ready for the team. And it's really clear in the minds of all the players that's the way to go. So they had a lesson from the beginning of the season where it was less the case. So they really understand it's very important. And I will point it out also if along the way somebody forgets.
Just a quick word on the January transfer window. I'm sure there's work going on behind the scenes. Can you give us an update on where you're at the moment?
Where we're at is that everybody's working day and night. Everybody's working really hard for that. It's not the easiest window also if you don't have the most money. So you need to be creative, you need to be fast. But everybody's is working really hard. But that's a reality always in those things until there's not a signature of somebody. So we're going to keep on working hard the next couple of weeks to get our target.
For you, it's a few months now that you've been here. Are you where you want to be at this moment in terms of knowing the squad and the progress that's been made so far?
Yeah, for sure. I love it here. I love the club, the passion from the fans, the people in the building also, a lot of young, ambitious people, still learning, but really motivated to learn and to become better. I see also in that way already a big difference with 3 months ago in a lot of departments. I think there's a huge potential in this club, and everybody's working really hard for that.
We haven't really spoken to you since Alec and Brian were confirmed as being in your coaching staff. How much are you enjoying working with them and with the support staff that you have behind the scenes here?
Clearly I enjoy, otherwise they were not there anymore. No, really good. And it's important to have different personalities. They all have their specialities. So Alex knows really well what it is to be a Ranger player. He knows what the dressing room is. He knows also all the pressure that there is to be a Ranger player, so he can help players in that way. And Brian comes out of academy. He's really structured. His main role is also to be the bridge with the academy, to that I know everything what's going on there. How is the development of players? Is it going up? Is it going down? Who deserves to train with us or not? Also to help in the academy to make everything more professional, more like in the first team. So he's doing that also day and night. And beside that, together with Steph, they're helping with everything in the first team. They have all their specialties. They do their job really good. But beside that, they work also really good together. And there's a good dynamic between them together with me. So I'm really happy.
In terms of the remainder of this camp, what will the next few days look like for the squad in the build-up to that Copenhagen friendly?
So they had a really big load last couple of days. So they are dead tired now. So today it's more active recovery day. And tomorrow we have a training. We fly back to Glasgow, and Tuesday we have the big game against Copenhagen, who did really well in the Champions League. So it's a big challenge.
Yeah, like you say, another big challenge, and I guess that's what the squad needs at the moment to keep pushing themselves.
Yes, and every game to show this hunger, this passion, what the fans want, what they want also. And I think this first trophy has given also a lot of desire for more, because those are great moments. Those are also moments that you bond together, that you create a lot of synergy between fans, players, but also between each other. And we want to continue that way, and not to be stopped by the bumps that there will be on the way, but just to continue and be ambitious to grow and to become better.
Okay, thanks for that, Fox. So outside the training camp, he seems as if it's something he thinks is an important part of the jigsaw. Obviously, he'll see it different for us and as supporters. He said the players have put a lot of work in. Is that what you expected, mate?
Probably not as hard as what he said he's worked on, to be honest, by what he's been talking about. I thought they'd have done a good bit of training, but I thought it would have been more for him to get one-on-one with the players and probably put more of his drills across and more of the tactical side that he's not really had a chance to work on, because we've had game rest, day, fitness training, and then straight back into games. So I think this preparation, I thought, would have been good for him and the staff to work with the players. And he had said before he went, he'd have a lot of one-to-one meetings with the players and explain to them what he wants them to do on the park and bits and bobs. So I thought that would be beneficial, to be honest, but he seems to have given them a lot of hard training sessions. So it must be the way he sees it. Maybe they needed it. Oh, who knows? But if it works to the benefit of the club going forward for the second half, then he'll not be wrong, will he?
It's a strange one, Bridge. You say you need a rest and you go and work them hard, but doesn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, he sees them in training every day, just like Southside said. And he thinks, I don't know what he's thinking, other than I think he's thinking like they need to train, no matter what it is, because you watch them in some of the games and they look as if they don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Maybe he actually thinks they're not physically fit enough for that level of football. That's a possibility. But sometimes you see them and they're brilliant, and other times you see them and they're just dog meat, you know. It just doesn't look right, you know. So the manager must want to level it out. You can see some of them. I was watching Real Madrid Barcelona the other night there. My goodness gracious, Real Madrid were like 5 paces ahead of Barcelona most of the game, you know. And it must be murder for the Real Madrid, Barcelona manager. How does he get these wonderful players as fit as Real Madrid? The difference is incredible, fitness-wise. So I think that's what it is. wants him as fit as
I
possible.
think if you're
Yeah.
winning a game of football, Southside, bizarrely, you always can look fitter than the other team, because it's an easier game with the ball in it.
Aye, when you're winning, fitness and that doesn't usually get questioned, you know, when you're winning. Nothing really gets questioned. Even players that can't even get in your squad that are picking up wages never get mentioned. It's only when you start to look at things when it's not been going well, I think you get things you want to see different, you know, and as it started for the start of the season, we'll question things. But Bridge, I just think the players had played a lot of games. I think he upped the tempo in it. I think we had a structure, we had a style. And I don't care if we don't play brilliant every game. It's about winning. And that's the most important thing. And then you can look back in performances. Sorry?
Who does?
Well, listen, we can all pull out games like, we can all turn around and say, like, it was a Brian Laudrup Cup final, but jury benefit, you know, against Hearts and things like that in a cup final, when we didn't exactly produce anything like that in the last cup final there we were in, but it didn't matter, it was about winning. We 20 betters and won away from home, tapped a European group, took a lot of energy out of the players. That team that we put on the park, a lot of people probably in their thought would have got that result. A big game, got the result, coming for that high, coming back to another high in a cup final, but knowing that the football's going to be different. Aberdeen aren't going to play like Real Betis played against us. They're just going to punt the ball, rush, kick, set pieces, and sit behind the ball. And we've had to go and make the game and take the game to them. So, you know, it's two different styles of football and it was two different games, but players have got to come back and get up for it again, which you would for a cup final. Then we had to go back again at Ibrox and that get cancelled, and we were going to be playing at Ibrox and it get cancelled. So, you know, I think the players needed a rest, but it looks like Phil didn't give them much of a rest, mate, to be honest.
No, I think you're absolutely right there. Who knows what's going through the manager's mind? You know, but maybe he just wants to find out who they are and what they're like. Let's try get him a 10-day stint. You know, do a Jock Wallace on them. You know, take them to the sands of Ghislaine and run them. I remember reading about a long time ago, Derek Johnson was sick as a dog, and he hated the Ghislaine. He just hated it because it didn't feel right with him. You know, I don't know whether he just was badly unfit or whether he actually didn't like it, and that's all there was to it. But that's what he may be trying to find out with some of them. Some of them are at it as well, you know. I mean, where are the players? Some of them still badly injured.
No, that's the problem.
Playing, you know.
You speak to most teams and most supporters, mate. They've all got half a dozen players sitting injured, no. You know, and I think the thing is, in modern football, with the amount of players that's involved in a match day, you notice it more if somebody's not on the bench because there's about 20 players involved Southside, you know.
Aye, listen, we've got a lot of injuries, and as Bridge says, there's loads of teams going at. I watched Middlesbrough the other night, and that boy at limped half after the first couple of minutes. That was the 14th injury this season that they'd had. That was, you know, so it must be down to the amount of games the players are playing these days as well. And we're no different from any other club. It's just that we don't notice about other clubs. We're just interested in our own club.
Could it be so? You know, do you think, for instance, the amount of games plus the tempo the managers trying to get, so they're all playing at high speed.
Modern football, Bridge, yeah.
Very high, yeah. And if you're no a high speed player, and somebody's trying to get you to play at high speed, if you try too hard, you're going to hurt yourself, you know. I just don't know. I can't see.
I never had to try too hard. It just came natural, Bridge.
Of course it did. Still does.
Aye, but I get it. I mean, if you take players, I mean, we can all talk about the obvious ones with Kemar Roof, Tom Lawrence with injuries over the last couple of years. Then you've got the Danilo, Southside, one bang, fracture cheek, another one where somebody leaves one on his ankle, you know. You can't legislate for that, eh?
No, it's unfortunate. It's just our luck, innit? It's happened to him just after getting the cheekbone and been out for so long. You can't legislate for that. That's just things that happen. It's just our bad luck, to be honest. And I don't know when he'll come back. He might not even play this side of the season, you know. Which is, and Kemar Roof, who knows? I dare say he'll be there or thereabouts, and he'll probably come back and play at some point. He'll come on as a substitute, I would imagine. But nah, his time's up at Glasgow Rangers going forward. If it was honestly, if I
Did
could
you
probably...
Did you not give him a 5-year contract? Pays you played, all your money, wouldn't he?
Oh, I'm interested to see where he goes after he leaves us, to be honest. Somebody will take a chance on him and they'll say what we'll say. If we can get him fit, he'll score goals.
Aye. I've read this talk about Big Hollander going to Anderlecht, you know?
I heard it was $2 million price tag or something. Somebody's bid for him.
I know, he's done hardly last again, you know, but then again, is he going to, in the last 6 months of his contract, is he going to risk it, you know, with modern football, Southside? You know, when you're out of contract with someone in summer, they're not giving you a contract. Are you going to play for the last 6 months? You know?
I suppose, well, unless you tell the club different, but you'd imagine they probably would go out and play if he's picked. But ideally, once they sign the pre-contract, whether you're trying to buy them or whether you're trying to get rid of them, mate.
I'll turn that question around then. Did Varellis and Kent offer anything for us but the last 9 months of their contracts, if we're being honest?
No, and if you think back, Brian Laudrup done the same.
Aye, he was sucking. Aye, that's fair. That's fair. Fridge?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Laudrup did that, and there's a number of players. Kent and Morelos, I think, down tools with at least 6 months to go, maybe 9. Very difficult to gauge. I don't know how our manager couldn't cajole these players to actually play, even for a 90-minute game. They couldn't play. It looked as if they'd stopped anyway, you know. So really difficult. And the manager we've got now, they probably have played for him. In all honesty, because there's a bit of honesty with a manager out there, you know.
I'll turn that one around, Bridge. They probably wouldn't have been able to down tools because you might not have seen them with the new manager.
Well, that's correct. I mean, but I think they probably would have played for him, you know. I think there was obviously something no right regarding those two. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm just making things up in a sense, you know. I think Kent was a fantastic player for us. And he had a great future ahead of him, played for Rangers. A great future, seriously. I mean, he had learned the Scottish game.
The moves have worked well for the two of them, mate.
Well, look at them, you know. I mean, you know, I read a snippet this morning, and it seems that big Philip Helander is playing for... I don't know who he's playing for, but he was absolutely brilliant.
He's going to keep up with it. He's obviously not listening to me and you, Southside, is he?
No, obviously, no.
We just discussed that. He's potentially going to Anderlecht for £2 million.
Anderlecht, right, Anderlecht, cool. But all I'm saying is I just read the snippet. I never absorbed it properly, you know, and I obviously didn't hear what you guys were talking about.
Don't worry, we'll not take it personally.
Oh, boy.
Right. We better get these phone lines open, Southside, eh?
Aye. Maybe somebody's heard a rumour of who we might be signing. Might want to come on and tell us.
You want to show about rumours? I'm your man.
Oh, we know that.
Right, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right. Mr. Fox, thank you very much for that. He's been having a wee place outside.
I was going to say that. Certainly different, that, wasn't it?
Call me if you born there.
Aye.
I bet you still get a poster, would you think?
Aye, hanging about the telephone box.
Not the first time he's done that, Mr. Fox, is it?
No.
Just an update. Just don't shoot the messenger, please, and it's no rumour. Our Northwest correspondent says that the Dream Team T-shirts are going that well, mate. Anybody wants one, get in contact. And also, he started a new range. Yeah, it's the Bridgeman Boxers. They've got Velcro back and front, south side. Back and front.
Well, I'm sure they'll.
Absolutely brilliant, thanks, Stevie. Brilliant.
I'll wait for the phone to ping me a photo of them.
That'd be excellent, wouldn't it? Just excellent. So what's it? Unbelievable.
You wonder goes on in that heat, didn't you?
Aye. You can imagine his. They'd be like hammocks for some people.
That could be the way to go. I can see that. A bit of thought in that idea, really. I mean, big man's ahead of his time. Right, come and join us. 0141 356 1972. We'll touch briefly on the training match. It kind of take a lot of time. The substitutions, the surface. It was played at, what would you say, a quarter pace, Southside?
Aye, I think Bridgeman could have played in that game along with us too. Aye, it wasn't very. It was like just a training day, wasn't it? To be honest, there wasn't much happening in the game. To be honest, even we could call the A team. They were getting beat 1-0 at half time. Then we brought on the B team and added Butland and Golson and probably Dessers, who had a shot on target. Goalie saved it, but it was poor, mate. It was a poor watch, to be honest.
That wasn't a great fair, but you can't read too much into the bridge, yeah?
I'm fighting with that mute. I'm fighting with that mute button again. Yeah, you can't read too much into it. That was good words at Southside said there. A poor watch. A poor watch.
Aye, it wasn't the greatest, you know. You just got frustrated, but when you seen their lineup, the way we'd lined the team up, I suppose that you got as many players as you wanted to get minutes in the legs. And it was good to see some of the young boys, mate, to see what they're all about. So
yeah.
The one I was disappointed in no seeing, and I don't know why, was Aaron Lyle didn't go in the park at all. I don't know why, because I was looking forward to seeing him. Honestly, he's a good wee player. So maybe he had a wee slight injury or something. I don't know, because it wasn't mentioned, but he never took part.
So where was Davis and Dow then, mate? If everybody was there, I never seen them at all.
No, I know. And obviously Borner and that were doing separate work with Ryan Jack, Tom Lawrence.
Aye.
But no, I don't know. I don't know the script very to be honest. It was surprising. Maybe they'll play in the Copenhagen game and then there'll be any questions getting asked. Maybe, but aye, surprised at that was.
Mm. Aye, good to see some of the young boys get minutes, and obviously young McCausland came into the game as the game carried on. I was glad to see Owen King on the pitch. That boy needs game time. I think he might actually be better get out on loan, if I'm being honest. For his career, if he's going to progress. That's just my thoughts on it. Bridge?
Yeah, I think that I think everybody, all the Rangers fans, really want Owen King to make it. But I know he's in the pool. He's part of the squad, and he just needs a couple of games under his belt. Although, unfortunately for him, they stuck him right back, didn't they? That was kind of not difficult, but
I think that's his position, Bridge.
Oh, yeah, I heard you saying that before. I don't know if the boy wants to be a right back. I don't know if he wants to be a right back.
I don't think he's a centre half, I'll be honest with you.
No, I think he's a midfielder. I would say defensive mid. That's what I'd say. That's the way I see him, anyway.
I mean, no, I don't think he's a centre half. But good to see him get some minutes. He needs minutes Southside there.
Aye, he definitely does. And the longer he's there in that squad, I don't see him breaking into the first team at the moment. So I think the ones that are there in the cover we've got can nail their positions before him. So might have been good to get him out on loan. But then again, it'll be down to the manager. But it was good to see him get minutes. And Cole McKinnon also was on the park and got some minutes. And did you think me Robbie Fraser? He was buzzing about in the left back position. I thought he tried quite hard and get stuck in the tackles and that. But it was good to see the young boys up.
Aye, well, you young boys, it's the land of the giants, isn't it?
See, when you look at the physicality of the young boys, some of them, compared to some of the players that they were playing against, because that wasn't their first team, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were just about the same age as some of your boys, but they're a lot taller and they're physical.
Aye. You know, I know it's scouting, you're picking these boys up when you're 13, 14, and I know, you know, it's not the most important thing, your physique, your size, and all that. It's about ability, pace, maybe power as well, but the game is about physicality. What does it used to say, Bridge? A good big one's better than a good little one.
Well, that's what they used to say. That's 100% true, by the way. I said this a couple of years ago on our show. As far as I'm concerned, Rangers should be looking for fullback shouldn't be any less than 6'2". Centre halves, 6'5". That's what you really need. Big people. Look at our goalkeeper, 6'5". Fabulous. It's brilliant. You're big, hard, fearless. Midfielders, you could play smaller midfielders because they're manoeuvrable. They can actually go with the ball and the pace, they've got everything.
You mean football players?
Well, yeah, but I don't expect somebody at 6'5" to dribble for 75 yards,
Mm-hmm.
But a midfielder you would expect. I mean, when I say it might be up to just under 6 feet or something like that, But I don't know if you get like that young lad that's sitting there. Is it McCausland? He's a super wee player. He can get
Is he about 5'8", 5'8", so I said,
5'8", 5'9". There you go.
He's running about that, eh?
Just needs to be good, Really good.
He's 20 years of age, What's he been doing for the last number of years when he's been in the academy and that? How do we know?
Been blocked.
16 when we signed him, was he?
He signed him for Linfield when he was 16.
4 years. I mean, the physique. You question what the plans are, what they've got to do, how much gym work they've done, to get to the next level. Because if you're there and you're serious, that's your result. You're wanting to move into the first team, Southside.
100%. Some of the players did in the past that we've seen in and then they disappeared. I mean, even when you looked at Glenn Middleton when he was in the team, he was coming skinny when we got him in for Norwich and then he sort of tried to get himself up, but they all went to the gym under Gerrard. I don't know when Gerrard left if a lot of the players, well, some of them did stop going to the gym, but the young boys, maybe they're just developing their talent and skill and then if they progress and get there into the first team, then maybe they look at their physique. Maybe we're doing that with some of them. But when you look down south and look in England, they're athletes down there at 18, 19, 20. They're absolute athletes. And you look at what we produce up here at that age. It's just different altogether. But their football's a lot quicker down south than as it is up here.
I was watching a Man United Spurs game the other night. You're right. Some parts of that game were absolutely electric. The pace they were running, it's amazing. Plus, the big monsters in the team, hard as nails.
They're shopping in a worldwide geo pool.
Yes, of course.
Top players, Southside, the EPL is. It's hard to believe it's only down the road, but we're not competing at the same shops, are we?
No, we're not. And if you look at Silva that we've just brought in, he's been a young boy and he's been down in Wolves for a season and a bit, maybe just over a season and a half. He doesn't look dead physique either, but he's tall and he looks mobile. Were you impressed with him in the 45 minutes you seen Ox? And anything that you saw?
You're brighten up there, Southside.
I seen him fall down 3 times. That's what I seen.
Very good.
I thought he was very good at best man fall, if you remember that, Southside.
Aye. There's one when he sort of lost the ball, and did you see him when he was banging himself off the grass? I was like, what are you doing? But no, hopefully he'll show something. But I was listening to his comments, and he said he's not an out striker. So
here we go again.
Hello. That's what I thought. Aye.
I think we've been joined by Brian. Evening, Brian.
Hiya.
Brian.
Yes. I'm just worried about this side that our second half is made Celtic. They made Nicholas Kuhn. I mean, I've seen his stats. That's a good player. Right? No offence to our side, but do you think that they've made it quicker than us as to make a sign to make their squad bigger?
couldn't tell you anything about the gang or their players, mate. It's not something I study, but
Have you not seen the stats yet?
no, I'm not really that interested. But what I will say is it looks as if potentially they've brought in a player because one of their wingers might be leaving for other reasons. Southside.
Yeah.
Aye.
Well,
I couldn't tell you, Brian. I couldn't tell you if they signed anybody today, to be honest.
It was that. I've got one of the ones is a friend, and he's with me today when they made the signing from Celtic.
Aye.
So
Aye. Well,
he'd seen it. He went down to London and go to his medical. Done it. Deal's done.
Aye. Well, suppose we've got a player on the roof for 6 months. It's potentially worth £35 million. So, and we've got him on loan. Listen, we'll probably sign a player or two, but I wouldn't be too worried about who they sign, mate, to be honest. So about what we do.
I'm worried about Rangers as in what we're doing, because we are doing things that are good. We've got a good manager, but it's just a money sense of what we've got to sell and what we've got to bring it in to replace that money.
Would you say it's the hardest thing?
I understand the loans.
Mm-hmm. Brian, would you say it's the hardest thing to get players that you don't want out of your club, mate, when they're contracted? It's difficult, mate.
Well, there's so many players in our club that are, I would say personally, just personal, myself, would say we're worthy of, not a jersey, just worthy not to play in the club because they can't play to the standards that we have at the club.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that sense of it? I mean, to play for Rangers, you've got a one stance. That's it, play for Rangers. When you buy £1 million players or to get loan £1 million players, they don't want to be here. They're not showing nothing to a standard of Rangers because I don't think they can handle it. As in, can't handle the way Scottish football is played, then that's a problem.
Yeah, it all comes down to recruitment. Bridgeman.
Yes.
Southside. He's on
I'm in. It's taking me a while to get the bloody mute button already.
Right, you're on it. It's only the first show back in the new year, and you're on official yellow card.
Struggling at times.
Official. That's your own personal best. Carry on.
I was thinking, I don't quite understand all the things that are being said. I thought Brian came on and he was saying, so I couldn't quite understand the first part of what he was saying. Are you saying that the players that we've got aren't good enough? Is that what you were saying, Brian?
Yeah. It's not that they're not good enough. I think they don't play hard enough for Scottish football. I don't see they are capable of Scottish football because we play a different way completely. If you play one of the players on English League, they will play their heart off. They can't get used to the game in Scotland, and you know that.
But do you think the game in Scotland's harder, or just similar?
Oh yes,
yes. Think it's harder?
No.
Is it
harder
physically?
I think it's mentally harder, not physically, because I know Scottish players, all in their best, have played every jersey under the sun. They could play down south and be easy. See, they play up here, they can't play. I think there's something either mentally or physically. I don't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why you get players up in Scotland and they think it's going to be a breeze. They can't play here. They go down south or abroad and they can play a breeze. Why?
You make that sound like a memory of Joey Barton.
No, well, here. Listen, it's not just Joey. No.
You know.
I mean, every single player that I know of Rangers that has played up here, and they say it's hard up here. Why?
Yeah, well, it's hard because you've got to be. It's the expectation levels, and as Southside's obviously it's a two-team league. Listen, Brian, good to speak to you. You keep supporting the Bears, and hopefully we'll have some transfers to talk about soon. All right, mate?
Okay, mate. Okay.
Cheers, Brad. Good to hear from Brian. He's got some good points there. Come and join us, 0141 356 1972. So you've said it, two-team league, pressure, expectations. It's not as easy as some people think. These points have all been made before it.
Aye. Obviously, if you can get winning and you're playing with style and you can play to tactics and you believe in the manager and you're winning, everything's easier. Some players make it and some don't. We've heard many ex-players talk about players that didn't, that couldn't make it at Rangers, just the pressure. Playing for the club was too big for them. When we was talking about players that couldn't play up here and score in our leagues, I was thinking we was talking about Dessers there. But that aside, no, listen, there is pressure when you play at Rangers, and probably when they sign these players and they come in, they don't realise what the demands are on them and how they've got to win every week. And that's what they've got to get used to. And some go with the journey and manage to do it, and others, as we've seen, struggle. And eventually they leave.
Struggled since we've last been on air. Sam Lammers is no longer with us. That doesn't sound right. Sam Lammers is left on loan for Utrecht. That sounds better, doesn't it? You know, Bridgman, thoughts?
Well, you know, the poor lad was struggling badly, I must admit. He looks. I said this 6 months ago when I first saw him. I thought he's got a trick in him. You know, he could pull the ball in, sweep it back. Probably some of the tricks that you could do when you're playing in the midfield, Oxshire. But they didn't. Not every time. They never come off. They just didn't come off for him.
Don't ever compare me with Sam Lammers.
No. I'm saying that the tricks that he tried. You know, you see the boys. I used to play with a lot of boys were midfielders. And they were really good. They could do these tricks. They could guide the ball past them. They could wait for it coming. And you think they've lost their time, and they're away. And that kind of thing. And Lammers it looked as if he could do that, but he kept getting caught. And all of a sudden, against the teams that we play anyway up here, you don't have the time to do that expansive things.
I think to be fair on Brian, Southside, I get the points Bridges made. He was your classic, pre-season started, but I think he done okay, and everybody's saying, okay, what's this boy's position? Is he a 9? Is he a 10? Where are we going to play him? And then the season started. It just went, I don't know, the expectation, the pace, the pressure. Just
poor guy.
Listen, I don't know. Listen, he's got a bit of talent, the boy, right? You can see it, and he's played in the Dutch league. He's been subject to transfers to other clubs, and somebody sees something in him, which we did, or Michael Beale did, but between the pre-season and the season starting, it just didn't materialise. What we thought we might do, we thought he'd maybe be a player that would get in the box and go on the end of things like he showed in pre-season, and then scored a goal or two at the start of the season, I think. One against Livingston, I think, at Ibrox and that. But no, it just lack of confidence, I think. I don't know. Might be the league, maybe just didn't have the heart for it. I don't know. I think at the start, a lot of the players and a lot of the team didn't play well. But I think under Clement, he gave him a chance, mate, and he's more or less put him out on loan. So he's no for him, and if he's no for him, then he's no for me.
Aye. Listen, I think he's got ability, you know, but you've got to show it, man. You've got to get involved and influence the game, you know. But,
aye, things he didn't do, but you thought he could go on the ball and dictate the play, you know, and it just never done enough, mate, at all in the time he was there.
Some of the games, he was like Casper the Ghost, mate. He just disappeared, didn't he?
Aye. Sometimes I used to try and watch him off the ball at times at Ibrox when we were picking the ball out of defence and we were going to play the ball, and sometimes when he was on, I'd look and see, is he no making space, is he making runs? And he moved about the park, but he didn't always go on the ball, and he just didn't produce, mate, when he was on the ball. He has got ability, he has got bits of skill, he's got good feet, but he just didn't produce. You know, and that's what you've got today at Glasgow Rangers. You've got to produce week in, week out, or mostly week in, week out when you're on the park. And just for us, it just didn't. And whether it's confidence thing or whatever, I don't know. But he's away on loan, and we'll see what happens at the end of the summer. He'll probably have to be transferred. And if he does well over there, mate, they might want to buy him.
Aye, you never know. You never know. Bridgeman? You'll be on a red card shortly anyway. Talking about red cards, we've been joined by old Davy. Evening, David.
Hi, Davy. Good evening, and belated birthday wishes to you, senior. I better not say suicide, because he'll go nuts. Bridgeman, enjoy your 77th birthday, mate. And
wish yourself a happy birthday, because we missed you, didn't we?
Well, I wasn't too great that day. I was listening to the show, but I was sort of under the weather after that result. No, I would been loaded with a call. I sent you a message. I was loaded with a call. Anyway, it's great to hear you all again, and miss the football, and I'm missing all the guys. And hello, Susie, how are you?
Aye, good, mate. And the belated birthday wishes to you.
Aye, you're welcome, bro. What I was going to say was that I was really amazed that Clement, that must get doing in Ibrox folklore that he gets sent off in that type of game. I don't think that's ever happened before, has it?
I know, it's a bit bizarre, you know. It was a foul, it was a bad, what was there? Was it the worst tackle I've ever seen? But it was on Scott Wright, so it ruffled his hair, so I got upset.
I thought it was actually hilarious. We talk about the referees, but I mean, they are woeful. But what I thought was really hilarious was when he was looking at the fence. It reminded me of that old thing that used to say Kilroy was here.
What I didn't find, considering we've got assets worth millions of pounds, and you're trying to look after professional athletes who's going and playing in that pitch outside. I thought that was a joke. Cutting up like that, yeah.
Aye, first when they seen it, I thought it looked all right, and then it just deteriorated as the game went on. Aye. So it did, you know, and I'm surprised when we could have took an injury out of that. But no, it didn't look great at the park at all.
You know. But it was just, listen, David, it's not that important. It's part of training. It's just a bounce game, you know. But Big Phil, he's a passionate man like yourself, Davey, yeah?
Well, you've got to be if you're a bear, aren't you? I mean, when you sit next to Suicide at a game, you know he's jumping out of the tap. Then he accuses me all sorts of daft things. But brilliant! Well, that was a great day. No, that's what's. I think that's a great thing that appeals to everybody to know with this guy. It generates. You want to listen to him. Other times you're just going, oh, same old. But he's got that. I mean, he's bought right into it. And winning that cup, that guy is. I just hope we have got enough to back him, because we drastically need to get something done in the transfer, especially up front. We've got to do something there.
He's spot on, but it's got to be the right fit Southside. You can't panic, yeah?
Aye, listen, he's probably got a few players in mind, Davey, and hopefully, depending on if we can get them now, then he probably will. I think the board will try and get them. You know, you want to back your manager. I think he knows before he got the job what might be available in January and stuff. See, the thing is, Davey, we had this rebuild. This was meant to have been the rebuild in the summer that we had. That we were all told to look forward to. It was going to be great. It was going to be this and that. And then the mid-season started, and it wasn't exactly how it was panned out, the way he talked about it. So he's come in and he's cajoled these players, and the ones that, I mean, but they never really knew what they were doing, Davey. You know, they were put in the park and they played to whatever they'd done. It wasn't really so much for the side, but he's passionate, he's got a plan, he's got a style, and he's got an aura about him, I think, to the players. Plus, when he puts that tactics out in a style and they see it works, and I think his man management's good. So for me, I just think the board will probably go with him. And if we win our 2 games in hand and Everton stays as the status quo up to then, there's only 2 points in it.
Yeah.
So he knows where we need strengthening, and hopefully the board will be able to get the business done for him, mate. But it'll come down to the players and all that he's trying to attract. And hopefully they'll want to come if we can get the finances sorted out.
Well said.
I think the support. I think you're spot on, Davey. I think the support are like the manager. Bridge.
Yeah. How can we say that the guy's got some charisma about him, and his motivational skills are great. He's got these guys who are playing absolutely dreadful, and now he's created a team and a wee bit of ethic in the team and a bit of trust in the team, and the players are working on that. some of them will never be able to continue doing that, but some of them will, and others are going to come in and do what they can do. At this time, I must admit, right now, the Bridgeman's not very happy. I don't think we're going to get anybody in the window, but we'll see. But the manager, I think the manager is expected to go to the end of the season and still win the league, because he's got he's a good manager. But I don't know if he's got the players to win our league. I don't know. But our fans are looking for the boost. So even if they brought one in, and I no disrespect to the
It's got to be the right fit spot. That's the problem.
Absolutely. Oh, sorry.
I mean, I think we need more goals. So that obviously makes you think, right, you need a striker Southside, yeah?
Aye, but listen, if we don't buy anybody, we've still got a good enough squad there to win this league. No, we've certainly got a good enough squad. So I wouldn't worry about that. But you want to try and get a goal scorer in. And a lot of people, myself included, would go with Shankland if we could get the deal done. Somebody we know can score goals in this league. Because Silva's untried and tested. No guaranteed he's going to score goals in this league. He's expected to score goals in this league, but it's no guaranteed. And the fact that he's actually said he's not an out-and-out striker, I thought he might have been. That worries me. But we need somebody that can put the ball in the net regular and no miss chances like we've done in the past. Seema's scored 15 goals, but he's not available. So, and Danilo, I don't think is going to be that prolific even when he comes back. I don't have him doing as being a prolific striker for the amount of chances he's missed when he was fit. So, no, to me, we need a goal scorer, an out-and-out goal scorer. But if we don't, we'll go. We've got enough. Believe me, we've got enough if we can get a good winger on the right-hand side.
When you say a winger, will you take McCausland out of the team?
I would at times, Ox, if we're going to get somebody that can get straight right into that team and start. Powerful, explosive, fast, quick, and add goals. Listen, if it betters the team, mate, as harsh as it sounds, and I want the young boys to succeed, but if he has to come out for a period of time and come in and out the team and come on as a sub or whatever, or start and then bring this person that can play wide right. I was sure. Did you see where Sterling was playing in the other day? He was playing out wide right in that midfield.
Yeah.
No, we need somebody. The young boy's done well. Listen, he's done exceptionally well, but we still need somebody in that position. And if we could get somebody that could come in there for, well, let's say start of February, because time we get him in the door in January, and we get him and he can contribute for a couple of months and take the strain off the wee man as well. You know, somebody hang me, but nah, we want somebody that can go there, mate, and get us at least 10 goals to the end of the season for that position to add to the goal tally.
Talk about that. Big Seaman never got on the day. Senegal won 3-0. They beat Gambia 3-0. Bit of game by all accounts, yeah. Big Seaman never get any minutes, so that keeps him fresh. We're all selfish, David, my own way.
Well, it has been known.
You know.
I know it's suicide's calling for you, but I still think we I know he's saying that we've got more than enough here to win the league. I got to disagree with a bit of that, because if you take Dessers and he gets injured,
He's just disappeared.
Well, somebody took a hitman out in Old Davy. One of maybe Dessa's free kicks at him. I get what Davy's saying. If Dessers was to get injured, mate, there's no centre forwards, fit centre forwards. Roof's out injured. Danilo's out injured. Dessers would be injured. The guy who could play there, Lammers. They're saying that he's a striker when he's been back to Holland. So I get Davy's point.
I get it. Dessers, would be your focal point, right? And he scored 9 goals or something, whatever. And I get that if he was injured, but listen, we might have Tom Lawrence coming back. We might have somebody else. You can fire players about. He's even said he could play Madondo through the middle. We've seen him doing it in Belgium. I don't care as long as they score goals like Glasgow Rangers, mate. We would get by in this league. You know, we just have to win games. And if we have to do Bridgemans every week to the end of the season, does it matter?
No.
You know?
No.
But I still think we've got enough, because that mob across the city aren't very good. So, at the end of the day, we've just got to plod on. And I think we will get additions. I think they will get them. But if we don't, then we can't moan about it. We just need to go on with it. And we'll have Seamer back probably at the start of February when it really matters. We'll just need to get by Hibs in that away game and make sure we win the next league game at Ibrox, and then probably he'll be back. So we just plod on, mate. He'll get back to scoring the Rangers jersey again.
Well, if they're all fit, I mean, there's Raskin coming back, you know. These are not playing midfield, we were a bit light. You know, so the squad slowly come together. Bonner, Lawrence and Brian Jack were out there training. We'll see.
Ryan Jack injured?
What's that?
Is Ryan Jack injured? I know he never made the squad.
He's injured. He's been injured since he got that November, isn't it? Southside.
Yeah.
Scotland game, wasn't it? Scotland game he came on, I think. Never seen him since.
No.
What a sin, you know.
Where have you been? He's been injured since November.
Saying it's a sin. I thought he was back in training.
No, that's the first. He was training separately for the rest of the team, yeah. So they're doing their rehab, if you like. You know, the same as Davy's always doing his rehab.
Poor Davy.
There's no commenting. Right.
No.
We've reached that time in the evening. Get yourself in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
What happened to Blondie? Did he take it off Southside?
The old faithful.
Yeah, hope that maybe that song will come through. 40 years since we made that trip.
Aye.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
After 2022, you never know, big man.
Aye. When we were last there, 84. Aye, I'm sure it'll be a bit better this time. Aye, but it'd be good to get to Dublin Europa League final. Get in there. Let's get there.
Yes. Are you back there, old Davey? Are you with us?
I am here, yeah, I'm here, guys.
Oh,
I was going to ask you side about the dynamic dual T-shirts.
Do you want to place an order?
Well, it depends on whose photographs on the front.
Oh, we're not doing the photo on the front. That's a bit tacky, Davey. Come on, that's a bit tacky. Come on. It's like a Blackpool T-shirt you're talking about when you get
What
down
you're
there.
trying to say is if you put your photos on it, nobody will buy one.
You never know, aye. But no, that's tacky, that with your photo on it, Davey. Come on, these are a bit more classier. These are a bit more classier than that.
I could see you with a nice scarf on and Stevie with a big pie behind you eating a big pie. That would look great.
We're going to do a competition. First prize is a T-shirt. Second prize is 2 T-shirts.
Bridgeman's got a range as well, Davey.
Oh, I heard that. Yes, the boxer sounds good.
Yeah, Bridgeman, he kind of keep a good man down.
Well, if you see the big man, you can get it in V-neck or you can get it in round neck, the T-shirt. It's up to yourself.
Fox is working on a cologne, I believe.
Come on, James.
A cologne. Right. This has took the wind out of ourselves. Obviously, the result, we don't like losing to them. We come back, bounce back against Kilmarnock. But this is, we're going to be moving into we've got some big games outside. I just looked, quite quickly. We've got a cup tie. It's got to be one. Right, tick in the box. We'll go there and win. Then we've got a massive game. Because it's a game in Horn and we want to put pressure on them. And it's always a difficult game, Easter Road. This is before all the Europe. It's going to be exciting. It's going to come quick and fast. Big enough.
Aye, well, it's a big game in the midweek to get up for, isn't it? I mean, you shouldn't need to get up for them, but, some fixtures are more appealing than others, innit? And Hibs away will be a good one. Always a good atmosphere through there. So looking forward to that one when it comes. But the cup tie comes as well, Ox, and as much as it's Dumbarton, you need to have that attitude and application and get the job done. So I'd like to think that he'll pick a relatively strong team, since we've got a lot of players coming back for injury and a lot of them have had a wee bit of game time. We'll have game time again against Copenhagen. So we'll just go out there and do a professional job. And it'll be live on Sky, isn't it? I think they're up for it. Probably they'll be seeing it as though they're on the telly, but we should be going to Dumbarton and winning. So I expect us to do that on the Saturday, mate. But Hibs is the hard one. That's the one you want to get to 3 points and get it back to 5. And then look to see what else you can get as you go forward.
If this freeze comes in, will the Dumbarton game be on? Can't imagine they are.
No chance.
There you go. Mental, absolutely mental. But it's building up, Bridgeman. It could be really exciting, and we just have to keep winning football matches, yeah. And obviously, we might have some new personnel as well.
Yeah, I think that, as Southside said, even if you go for a Bridgeman, a 1-0 for every game, you can get that. It'd be fabulous. Just win games. You need to win games.
Oh, Bridgeman would be able to, if we'd done that for the end of the season, we wouldn't have any season ticket waiting list. We'd all be in cardiac arrest.
Well, yeah, that's the downside of it. But Rangers winning is the most important thing.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take 1-0. It'd be nervy, wouldn't it?
It would, yes, it would. I have to
It
agree
would
with
be
you.
nervy, but aye, listen, you're right. If we can do that, we're in for a fabulous season. You know, and look, we just need a bit of luck, baby. Yeah.
Aye, we need quite a lot of that because it's not been there in abundance for us. But that's just the neat as two sides says that you've got to play with what you've got. I'm confident enough. I just would like to have seen Seema getting back in time for that game in hand because I would like to see him through the middle and the wee two wingers with him going through the middle, the McCausland and Matondo. I think that might work.
Right, I mean,
He's been silver already.
Well, I'll tell you, you know who? I'm not can't criticise the guy because you've not seen him. But I would have sworn when Lammers was playing. He looks the exact same. Here we go again.
But surely you don't.
Listen, his cameo against Kilmarnock was alright. I'm not judging him on Saturday. Wouldn't be fair. Then you know I've been fair south side, yeah.
You can't. You were looking for I was looking for him to hold the ball a bit more than that, to be honest, when I seen him. But he looks like he's got movement. I've heard that statement before. He's got good movement. But see, at the end of the day, he's got to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what I think we brought him up for. Listen, let's be honest. I think that's what Clement's brought him here for. He stick the ball in the back of the net. So that's what he's got to be judged on. Nobody does running about the channels and whatnot. Let's put the ball in the back of that net.
I've told you before, you don't see the bad in anybody. You're too nice, Biggie.
Yeah,
I'm just a bit reserved on here. You know, after show I'll be seen. Nobody's reserved.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You got to laugh, don't you?
I think it could be an exciting time, and obviously we're hearing rumours about certain players, and obviously the one you intimated earlier on about the centre forward for our Scottish team. We'll see where that goes, mate. We can't control it, eh?
No, not at all. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
We can't control. It's our team's player. You know, there's only so much you're going to pay for somebody at that age.
Aye. You can balance it up, right? But you either look at it as you get them, you pay whatever you think you should pay. We will be paying more than what we should be paying, but at the end of the day, he's banging in the goals and he's an asset to them if that's Shankland. So, but you look at it from the other side, if he does what you expect him to do and score a lot of goals for us, then if he's a guy that scores the goals that usually wins your league titles, you need to score a lot of goals in the league. And I just think sometimes you might just have to pay slightly over the odds to get him to make sure you get the success that you want. And what you expect to carry on. But I don't know, mate. If we don't get him and we get him in the summer, fair enough. But if he goes to somewhere else or whatever, signs a new deal with them, I don't know. But I think he wants to come, and I think we should go and get him. And I think he's the answer to our goal scoring problems in Scotland.
Bridgman?
Oh. I get kind of mesmerised when we're talking about these things, and can I talk about Dessers? Maybe we shouldn't.
Stick to the topic. Stick to the topic. Southside's point about Shankland.
Okay, sorry, what did you say there, Roxy?
Southside's point about Shankland. Go and get him.
Shankland. I do apologise, Southside. You know the way things are in Scotland, and Rangers are. Hearts know that Rangers are interested. They have been interested, and they've now got a bidding war. They would have a bidding war on, even if it's manufactured, and they're looking for. I would imagine they're looking up between 5 and 10 for that guy. That's what I think. I don't think they would accept anything under 5, and they'd be looking for up to 10. I've not been funny when I say that. Depends on who comes in, of course.
Yeah, but he's 18 months old. in less than a year, he can sign for people for nothing, and he's heading towards 30. You know, but listen, I don't think if they do get any kind of that money, we'll not be paying it Southside.
No. It's 3 million.
So what do you think?
3 million or 3 million.
Yeah, okay.
I think you try and get him for. And see, at the end of the day, you class it as, but he'll not be a selling value unless he went out and smashed goals in week in, week out. Done it in Europe and was picked for Scotland, which I don't want him to get picked for. But today in Europe and that in 2 years, 30-year-old, somebody might come in and buy him. But I don't think so. I think we buy him and we get him on a 3-year deal or with an option to a 4-year deal, see how it goes. But I just think he scores goals. Bridge, I think he's a typical player like Chris Boyd. And Chris Boyd wasn't blessed by pace, but he knows where to be in the box. He's got that knack of being there in the right, and he's proved it. Look at the amount of goals he scored in the last 2 seasons in the Premier League. He was doing it at Championship level, but now he's doing it in the Premier League. And I just think it's a no-brainer, mate. In my eyes, I think it's a no-brainer. Unless Clement's got somebody else in mind and that. But then you're taking a gamble for a foreigner coming in for another league to say he's going to score goals in Scotland. This guy's doing it now.
Yeah,
doesn't need to prove anything. There's nothing to prove.
You've been consistent. A lot of the other boys have as well, I must admit. I'm consistently saying I'm in denial about it all. I don't want to give them any money at all. So my apologies. However, if Rangers are out in bottom, I've said this, Rangers go and buy someone, I'll support them. I'll back them as Rangers players, absolutely. But I wouldn't pay them. I certainly wouldn't want to pay Hearts £3 million. That's me. It's only me. So I might be the only person in the whole world that wouldn't want to do that. I understand what most of the guys are saying. We're looking for someone to put the ball in the net right now, and he could be the difference between winning the league or not. So you're talking about winning the league or not, or European Champions League next season or not. So, and the wisdom of yourself is that you pay $3 million and you get into the Champions League, win the league, get into the Champions League, your $3 million will be paid handsomely, multi-million times over. So the logic's there. Follow it up. I just don't want to give him any money. I'm sorry.
You've been consistent in that. Davey?
I was just wanting to come in on that one. Come back in the day, that was a similar topic of conversation when we went to buy Colin Steen. I think we paid $100,000 at that time, which was a lot of dosh. And that was the sort of speculation at the time. But can you do it for Rangers? You won't be able to do it for Rangers. Well, we all know what happened there, didn't we? So, I think you're going to go
great for 3 games.
Sorry?
It was great for 3 games.
I can't hear you.
It was great for 3 games.
It was great for 3 games.
Aye. That's what
yeah, I know what you mean, but no. Aye, you're getting worse. You got to remember what age we are, me and the bridge man. You're tying us up with these.
We're thinking about that. Fox is looking at retirement plans as we speak.
Okay, just don't use a needle, please. I hate needles.
Talking about looking for first aiders, the big one. Got to congratulate him. Got sent through the certificate today. He sat his St John's ambulance course. Passed it.
The last time he got a certificate was for 25 metres, wasn't it? Swimming.
Well, he did, and I'm sure he'll make his debut on Saturday at the game. I'm sure he's managed to wangle that one, so well done to him. So, he'll do anything to get there,
He's got every colour of high vis that he thinks possible, mate. Every colour.
Well, he's got it. He's got the legit now.
In fact, people would say he's got that many colours. It's rainbow when he's about you.
Aye, well, tell him if I choke in the hospitality, he can come and help me out.
He knows the Heinrich manoeuvre. You'll be all right.
He'd a cheek to ask for some of the grub. Tell him it was only 2 courses.
Was they happy with that? Was they happy? Okay. Right, so let's play a wee game, hypothetically here, right? £2 to £3 million. It's a yes or a no. Shanklin, yes or no. Davy,
All day long.
Southside.
Yep.
It's a yep for me. Bridge.
Not for me. No.
Oh, Bridge. What's wrong with you?
No, seriously, not for me. Not for me.
Bridge, so you don't...
You guys think you think differently from me. So sorry. Apologies. It's no for me.
So did you think differently then when we signed Chris Boyd, we signed Kevin Thompson, we signed Nacho Novo, we signed... No, you know, see that he could make a difference to win the league. We need a goal scorer, Bridge.
Don't doubt it for a minute that we need a goal scorer. Absolutely, 100% agree with you. I just don't want to give any Scottish team any money. That's me. It's just that's the way I am. Since we had our wee problem, and all the support that we got was zilch, and we've had zilch support to anybody else.
I think your sentiments are absolutely superb, Bridge. Absolutely superb. And I get where you're coming from, because we've had this conversation a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think you're right, but I think you've got to watch that we don't cut off our nose to spite our face. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to move on. You got to move on.
You guys have said these things to me in the past to quick cut. And I've said to you, if Rangers go and sign anyone, no matter
you'll support them. I get it. I get it, mate.
100%.
I get it, mate. I get it. You're just giving your point of view. It's all about opinions. Yeah, and it's valid. It's valid because I understand it. Yeah. You know, David, don't be fooled. It's not. It just doesn't like part of my money.
I wasn't going to say that, but I don't know the man too well enough to say that. No offence, Bridge, you're a top man.
No, don't worry about it. That's exactly right, by the way.
By the way, he doesn't take offence for that, do you, Bridge?
No, I do not. No. I'm quite happy to own up. It's an emotional thing with me. I said when Rangers got into their troubles and we got ourselves up and we ended up with people like Charles Green and others who tried to rape us for all the money we had. And once we got a good Dave King came back and we got garnered up a board, I thought then the guys weren't getting paid. I thought, don't ever go into debt again, Rangers. Don't do it. And I was hoping then that we would buy sensibly and so on and so forth. And obviously we had to go abroad and buy. That's why we've got Dessers and Lammers and things like that, you know. So I'd still rather give my money to somebody abroad than give it to somebody in Scotland. Because since 2012, these people have never once supported Rangers. Never once. And anything the Rangers have said, let's do this, let's do that. No.
I get that. I think that's a valid sentiment, but...
I'm an idiot.
No. I mean,
no, you're no Bridge.
What you're saying is if there was a similar value player in another league who would do the same job, we would go for him. I get that. Southside, I understand where he's coming from.
I get it.
I don't necessarily agree with him, but I get it.
I get it, and I get the things that what happened when we had to go down the leagues and then we come back. And I've got pals that have never set foot in an away ground since then, ever. So, you know, and they'll go to the home games, but they'll not go to an away game, and that's up to them, and it's their decision, no, and I get it. But I still think if he's a guy that can win as a league or contribute to win as a league, Bridge, and like you say, get you into Europe and earn the club money, then I don't think we should always just say no because they play in Scotland. I know what you're saying, and I get it, but I think sometimes if it's going to enhance our club and we have to pay some money for it, then so be it. You know, that's the way I look at it at the moment. And that's only the worst club in the league to give the money to.
It'd be interesting. It's funny that, isn't it? I don't know if you picked up on that. Last week, I think it came out Marble with a video about if you want to get involved with the club, give money to the club. Every few months, we get people trying to give money to the club, but they don't want us. Mental Southside, isn't it?
Aye, I know it was a joke, wasn't it? I mean, we were at Fir Park just a a couple of games ago, and their stone where the teams came out was 3/4 probably empty. They'd space in this long stand in the side, and there was a bit of space behind their goal, and they're about 2 million loss or something. So they could have felt their granite, but they just hate themselves, or they must hate us. Either or, it's just no good commercial when you've got a product to sell and you only want to get to so many people, and the rest of you can't. You just say, no, you're all right, we don't want you in. So, and then they greet about their 2 million loss. So, and that's how they'll never vote for like no 4 games against Rangers and Celtic a season. They just want to keep the league status quo. That's how they'll never get a bigger league either.
I see another team announced a £3 million loss. Sir. Yeah, some positive news. Some positive news about people might see it differently, but this is how I see it. New Edmonton House, people are saying that it's made a small profit in the first year. I think that's superb because it's setting things up. You know, business. Bridgeman, you're a money man. Southside, you're an entrepreneur yourself, mate. You've been on. And Davey, well, you're just Davey, right? And look, the set-up cost, getting things organised, you've no dates, you've then got your full annual events, you've got to launch it, get it open, get things there every year, build it up. You know, obviously, some of them be Rangers related, some of them hopefully be gigs, etc. for people so successful. So I was reasonably pleased with that. I wasn't saying it's going to change the club dramatically, but it could become an asset to help us get players on the park eventually, Southside.
Aye, well, it was good to see that they've showed a profit. I get quite a lot of emails in from when they've got events on and that. And I know a couple of the boys went to the Oasis tribute night, and I think there was a Guns N' Roses tribute night on there as well. And they said it was really good and it was busy. So aye, they've got loads of different things on throughout the months, usually, Ox. And hopefully they're obviously filling most of it. And I think there's been a couple of events there during the week as well. I think there was a beer, some
Stevie,
type of...
Big Stevie misread that ticket. He thought it was Bombs and Roses.
There was a beer event thing as well. I think it was on during the week. One day I was doing Ibrox for the museum tour. That was on in the afternoon as well. So aye, they're obviously trying to promote it well and get it moving. And it's all positive for the club, isn't it?
Aye. I don't know if you picked up on that, Bridge.
What was that, pal?
I don't know if you picked up on that about Edmonton House.
No, I didn't. What's going on?
No, it's all right. I all brought you there about the profit. David, you been there yet, mate? You been there?
Aye, I was there on Sunday.
All right.
So, sorry, what was the profit?
You sent us a 30,000 set after a set up, yeah?
Are we happy with that?
Aye, considering that it's new and you've not get regular gigs when you set up you've not get your initial bookings and you're not filling out the calendar and you get set up costs. Aye, I get it. You know, as setting up a business initially from scratch, aye, I get it. Yeah.
You'll make a fortune.
What's that?
Aye.
I'm saying I think Edmonton House will make a fortune.
Aye, once it's running, aye, if
Yeah,
it keeps going the way it's going, aye, of course. Davey?
Yeah, well, I was here on Sunday and it was absolutely packed. And I'll tell you, any listeners on the show tonight, you get over there now because there's some great sales on, top quality gear. A lot of that £70 stuff down to about £25, £20, and it's great. And the coffee's brilliant. And I'm going to book up. I'm taking my big mate Robert Cook for his birthday. I'm going to take him to the tour and take him. He's not been in the museum, and I've said to him, "You need to get in there because he's something the same age as me. It's a marvellous place, and it's history. Even just getting in there, it's pure history, and that's what every bear wants to see: the history of Rangers."
Aye, you got me an open mind. So I said it's interesting, that.
I got my hopes up there when he said my big mate, and then he says Robert, so that was me blowing out the water. Aye, no, it's great in there, in the museum. I think I've been in 3 times now. It was different the third time I was in. they'd moved a lot of stuff about and put some different stuff in, which I noticed. But it's great. You can spend as long as you want in there if you want to sit and listen to all the audios and stuff as you walk round in it, Davey. You know, you can spend a lot of time in that. I think it's interesting when you see Ibrox, the way it was designed, and you've seen it in the early stages. And it talks about that as you walk in. But I did move the trophies, and different trophies were in as well the next time I was in. So it's worth going to see, definitely, for £11. That's well worth a visit.
Yeah, and if you're an old guy like us, you get a concession, folks. You get in for a £5.
I would stop that. You know my thoughts on it. I would stop it. I dare me with that penny, that free bus passes.
It should be double, innit? Oh, it should be double.
Aye.
I shouldn't have told you it was a £5. I'll tell him the ticket was a £10.
He's just outed his big mate. He's basically saying, by the way, you'll be a tenner, so his big mate's paid for the ticket.
No, I'm going to
So that was when you stayed Paisley, innit?
Oh.
No, actually, I've been listening to you too many times in the show. You've got me as bad as yourself.
Right, talking about as bad as myself, come and join us, get your thoughts. What's happening at the club, anything Rangers related, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
New jingle, thoughts? Sounds like.
He had the bedroom posters up, didn't he? A Blondie.
Oh, mate. You need to let it go, Fox, would you? You need to let it go, know what I mean?
Aye. Nice wee jingle, but.
Aye, he's done all right. Come and join us, 0141 356 1972. Give us your thoughts, anything Rangers related. But you're right, Bridgeman. I think the Edmondson House could be an asset. Well, it's not going to be. It's not going to bring millions and millions of pounds of profit, but if it's continual flow of money, profit into the club, if it's run right, fair play. Yeah. Rich?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tremendous place once it finds its feet. And I think they started selling they put the sales on in there with the gear, and that'll after a season that'll settle everything down. There's beers there for people to go to, let the public go. And a lot of times I've been over, not necessarily in. I've been in a couple of times, but standing outside it and the place is jumping. They're queued up to get in. I think it's absolutely fabulous. Obviously, it's going to take time to bed in. Maybe in 2 or 3 seasons, you're going to see that place absolutely boiling with money. Really and truly. It needs somebody to drive it. And I think the Bisgrove or something like that, Bisgrove, he'd be probably the man to do that. I think it's a fantastic place, beautiful looking place, lovely inside. And as David said, there's some top quality stuff in there. And the sales must be pretty good. So I wish Rangers well. And he's like, what are they going to do with the old shop? Does anyone know?
That's going to be a sports bar. Where have you been? Have you been in Mars for the last 2 years?
You know I haven't been well.
Aye, but for 2 years.
Well, just about, aye. I haven't been to
Ibrox to do some reading. Where's he been, Southside?
I haven't been to Ibrox for more than a year.
So you've had a ticket sitting there hanging about?
Yes, indeed.
So, listen, the old shop's going to be a bar, a sports bar. So that'll be another match day revenue coming in.
That'll be marvellous. Really brilliant.
Gives people places to go, improve the match day experience, and it's all money at the club.
What about, can you tell me what this cantilever they're going to do in the Copeland Road to increase the, what do you call it?
I think they're taking your seat off you.
I know.
He knows about that, doesn't he? Yeah.
I know. I know they're putting a new set of seats, a new 3 rows of seats or something like that. Putting in.
That's getting in there, and obviously there's going to be some movement in the Copeland Road front with some
I
season
say
ticket.
the boys singing group.
Aye, the singing section. I'll put your name down for the drum.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it when they were there last time. I thought they were great, really good.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out going forward as things develop. You know, obviously the other thing that broke last week was about the minibus Livingston fans get up with the club decks outside that. They put it on the dugout beside the team.
That would be fantastic.
I was just thinking when they said that, I thought of wee Robert up there, up with the Livy fans. Some hike up these stairs anyway, I'll tell you that. But aye, probably a good idea, innit? They don't bring that many. And I'm sure there'll be one or two. Ross County, I would imagine, would be in the same bracket. You should probably put them up there and all. So aye, it's a good trial error. A good trial to see what happens.
I don't know if they would just want to put maybe 100 people or heading over 150. They need to go into the corner, you know. But I don't know what the cut-off is. If they're less than the cut-off, if you follow what I mean, then they should go. Don't take up that whole section. You get 700 places.
I'm sure that'll be done with conversations with Glasgow Finest, because it'll need to be risk assessed. That makes sense, but I get the logic. I don't think it's a bad move, because it lets us sell more tickets to our own fans, and they're decent seats. Let's be honest. And yeah, you know, we'll see where that goes. That experiment goes, but where it's going to eventually lead to is up for debate. But right, I don't know if you've seen this one. I'll ask Davey and Southside, because I think you've been on one of the trips around the world, Bridge, right? Right. I don't know if you've seen this one, bro, today, Southside, about the VAR, the referees in Scotland saying they'll release the audio, but they want more pay for it. Huh?
They want more money to hear what they say. If they'd done their job right, we wouldn't need to listen to them, would we? You know? Listen, that sounds a bit bizarre if they're going to release audio. They want thing. I think it's took. I mean, they might think it's put pressure on them, but when you've watched them referee some of the games, they're hesitant to make the decision because they know VAR's going to come in and save their bacon or tell them what's wrong or what they've missed. That's the thing about it, Ox. It's meant to be clear and obvious, and it's meant to help a referee if he's missed something. That's my understanding of what they tried to say it is. But it gets to the point, like we say, I don't know, you probably need full-time referees. You probably need, I don't know if it's ex-referees you need, or people that's played the game to go in and just understand the rules and just notify a referee if it's needed. And as I keep saying over here, I don't care what game it is, the referee should always go and look at the monitor, and he should be the guy who makes the final decision. Unless it's an offside decision, which obviously they judge. But anything else, the referee should always go and look at it, I think, at all times if it's a VAR incident.
I get your point. You're not alone in thinking that they've stopped referees because they're waiting for VAR to make decisions for them. I get it. You're not alone in thinking that, or non-decisions for them. So, David, would you think that would add to the drama if you could hear the referee's audio?
No.
Do you care?
I just after that debacle, which we've discussed many times, and we've took it and put it in the bin, it's no worth going down that road, because it doesn't matter what you introduce again. We're still up against what we're up against, and that's the setup. We're against the institution. That's what we're against. No VAR. It's against them and us, and that'll never change. And you can modernise it, you can introduce this, you can introduce that. The bottom line is, you'll get what you get for that lot, and that's us. Unfortunately, it's us against them, and that's the way it is. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's just, it really is when you're speaking about the VAR and who's running it. Well, who's running it in Scotland is the same people that have been the referees in the past. And the performances up to now, in my opinion, VAR's not been of any help in a great many occasions, because the people still referee the exact same way. Even VAR, the man that's on VAR, has got the same attitude as he has when he's a referee. And the referees in Scotland, I have to say a lot of them anyway, they don't give anything to Rangers if they can't help it. You know, they just won't do it. It's just a non-decision sometimes. And you know, I heard the wee snippet on the Sports Sound or so, a snippet of Sports Sound about the penalty incident at Celtic Park. And first of all, they said, "Oh, Seamus put the ball behind for a goal kick," right? Secondly, then said, "Oh," and this is the commentary team. Secondly, they said, "Oh, it seems that the boy Johnson the ball's hit his hand and went out of the park." And then it says, "Oh, the referees gave a goal kick, so it couldn't have been that." And I think to myself, did they not see any of the film? Because the film that I saw afterwards, you know, was the one from behind the line. They definitely put the ball out themselves. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But that's what we're up against. They're going to get supported by whatever authorities are there running the TVs and the press. And the reality of the thing is different. It's entirely different from what they say it is sometimes.
It was a penalty kick. Then it's open for debate, and that's what should have been gained, you know, because it was deliberate handball on the box outside. But we've done it to death. But if do you think it would make sense about the VAR deal? But here's the other thing about this. Yeah, that's all right if you're watching it on TV. What about the guys in the grid? They get treated worse with VAR. They don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I need to mic them up then, like they do in American football.
Yeah, but they don't. If you're watching, if a game's on the telly and you're watching it, you're getting shown angles, you're getting shown bits and pieces. If you're at a game, you're standing there saying, "What's happening?" You don't even know what's happening sometimes.
You know, that's the frustrating thing, you know. Especially if you've not even seen the incident, you don't really know. If they say a handball in the box, and you're like, when did that happen? If it wasn't clear and obvious. But VAR's obviously went and seen it, then they notified the ref, and then you're at the game stops, suddenly it's like handball. And you're like, when did that happen? It was in one of your games. It was when Golson got pulled in the area. I remember him going down. Was it St Johnstone? At Ibrox?
Aye, indeed.
I think it was.
Aye, and up at the Copeland, well, where we sit, Ox, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ball came in and all that, and the play went on, didn't it? You never really seen it. I seen Golson go down, but I couldn't have told you whether he get pulled or whatever, you know, because the play went on, if you remember, and then eventually it gets stopped. Said possible penalty.
You should watch the ball most of the time, ain't you?
Aye, and when you're at the game, then you're like, what was that for? And that's when some people run about you looking at their phone or asking, trying to get somebody that's letting them know.
Guy sitting next to you saying, "Excuse me, mister, do I go to the toilet?"
Aye, well, aye.
I was waiting for that comment.
Very good.
Brilliant. I love it. Brilliant.
Super. I've got to say that's absolutely brilliant. Well said.
Aye. So I think it's come in to actually improve the game, and I suppose in some respects people put arguments as it's just not been managed right. Does that make sense, Southside?
We don't have, it's not getting done right, and we don't have as many cameras as they have in England. I think we have 6 or something they can look at, you know, and even the lines are drawn at some of the stadiums are abysmal. So all that has to be sorted. Something has to be improved. You know, you've seen the lines drawn at Fir Park, for example, and a couple of other grounds, and they've been pretty poor. But it's how I think they do it better in England. Sometimes they've had some massive howlers as well. But on the whole, I think a couple of games here they were nearly 2 and 3 minutes to make a decision. But on the whole, I think they're pretty consistent now. You maybe see the odd one where you think, but on the whole, I think they're getting it more right than wrong. But up here, I think we're getting more wrong than right at times. No.
So Liverpool got a penalty against Newcastle. Was it Liverpool? And number touched them.
I thought in Europe, I think it was Europe. I thought the handball at Newcastle got against them in Europe, and always disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, but that shows you about VAR. You know, it's what somebody else thinks, and then they must be talking to the ref all the time as they're going out to see it and that, and they're advising them, as you know, probably what they're thinking. But they should just alert the referee to what it possibly could be and let him make his own mind up.
Yeah. Can I come on a minute? Oh,
Yes.
I think what's complicating things more is how they interpret the rules of the game now. I mean, offside, this waiting and waiting and waiting, that's pathetic. That's just no helping anybody. And then if your elbows
Well,
half an inch in front,
the Man City goalie got injured at the weekend due to that. The guy was offside and they let it run and then pulled it back and the goalie got injured.
The rules are that's what's causing a lot of this. How and all this, what's handball and what's no handball. And you're right, dead right about the crowd. The crowd's all looking at the screen saying, "Come on, talk to us, tell us what's going on." And nothing's happening, and then the players are looking at a ref and he's looking up. It doesn't help. I don't think it helps far at all. But I don't think the rules, especially the handball one in a box, it's just something shocking.
We'll change the subject completely. We'll get again tomorrow night. They would say a glamour friendly back in the day. A team that's in progressed in the Champions League in a tough group with Bayern Munich, Man United. Who else was in that? Was it Galatasaray? Is that who was in that group? Was it?
Don't know. Can't remember.
I remember. But anyway, they were in with Man United and Bayern Munich. So Copenhagen, a team that we played Europe before, but progressed. Champions League team. We'll go to them tomorrow night and another build up to the cup tie the weekend and then a big game against Hibs. Look, I don't think it'll be mobbed. I think the weather will maybe play a part in the attendance tomorrow night. I don't think it's going to be great for people potentially travelling for a far distance in Scotland. It's going to be cold. But it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night and how he plays it. Will it be two different teams or is he just going to play as a normal game? Southside.
Will be interesting to see how he lines it up. Probably think that Connor Goldson would probably start in this one. I think he'll probably play a strong team looking to Dumbarton regardless. I think he'll probably get more minutes into certain players. So I couldn't pick a team now off the top of my head, but I think Raskin will start in that. Probably a good majority of the players that started the first half there the other day would probably start. Also, I think Will Butland obviously will come in and goals, but it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game probably. It's going to be cold, that's the one thing. But it'll be good to see who he picks. I hope at the tomorrow night anyway, because he didn't play the other day, I hope he gives that Aaron Lyle a game, or I hope he gets a bit part at some point, but we'll see. I'd like to see him get a chance, just for people to see him, because he has a good wee talent.
I agree with that, Southside. I agree with that.
What's your thinking? Decent game, decent. They're still in the Champions League at this after Christmas bridge. No a bad side. But I think God's going to beat the game tomorrow night, Mr. Brian Laudrup. So it'll be good to see him.
Is he coming up? Is he?
I believe so, mate. So it'll be good to see Brian after all his health problems and. A decent test. We'll see where we are and see what the managers try to do. Hopefully the players come back with refreshed. Let's not get too carried away. It's still a friendly and it's a bounce game, but you want them to play some decent stuff, Bridge, yeah?
Yeah, well, I think we do quite well at Ibrox with the friendlies. I think the players, whomever they are, we've got, will probably understand that. They're at Ibrox, need to play. And if they've got it in them, they'll do it. But no play without pressure, if you follow. I mean, that's maybe the idea. But then again, when the game starts and it's after 10 minutes or 15 minutes and nobody scored a goal, pressure starts to mount, So I'd love it. Love Rangers get there and mollocate that mob. I really do. I just love it, But I don't know if that will happen or not. I thought we were poor against that other team, and they actually dominated us for most of that game. I thought so anyway. Could have scored a few goals.
Just a training session. The Mora
Yeah.
should be a wee bit more competitive, and it'll be interesting to see how we line up, Davey. Yeah?
Yeah, I think Suicide was saying a couple of the boys had mentioned a couple of the names there. I'd like to see them getting a go. I think he'll do that, but I don't think it'll be a blood and thunder game, because I think what will happen there is what they try to do. That's what made that game against Berlin. They talk about the two teams say each or the managers say, look, need daft tackles, need this, so just hold back a wee bit. So I think there'll be a wee bit of that tomorrow night as well. You know, it'll be a competitive game, but I don't think that you'll see any wild kind of tackling and, you know, just commitment. You know, you just want to see a good bit of football. That's what you're looking for.
You can play a game at pace, Southside, without, you know, people getting stuck in. Yeah.
Listen, I think we've got to get a tempo into the game tomorrow. I know it's a friendly, but I think Clermont will be looking for us to put a bit of tempo into the game, make sure we're making the passing crisp and that. And then hopefully if you can create a chance or two, you'll maybe take it. But they'll be a decent team and they'll come and make it hard for us, and they'll want to go and play in the front foot and all. So it'll be good to see how we're tested and what type of defence he puts out and that and who he picks. But it'll be cold tomorrow night. But looking forward to it. But I don't think there's been a big uptake in ticket sales. I think the majority of people that will probably be gone are mostly everybody on the continuous credit scheme.
Aye.
You know, that normally will get a ticket anyway, regardless. So, but hopefully, if you could maybe get 25,000-30,000 tomorrow, or maybe upwards, I don't know. But you just want to see Rangers back in action and no injuries and maybe some nice bits of football and that day nicely.
Aye. Obviously, we're away for them in the next two games, yeah, and the cup.
Aye.
Before, you know, but it's nearly February before we're back at Ibrox, isn't it?
Aye. I can't remember who's after Hibs. It must be a game after Hibs at Ibrox, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's that.
I think it is. Aye. I think we've got a home game in that, but but the Hibs is it. Dumbarton is obviously could be tricky if you don't start well in that, but I'd like to think if we could score a couple of goals early, if the weather permitting and the game's on, we'll get that out the road. Hibs is the one that's a big test. They go Easter Road on the Wednesday night.
Games, mate. 3 away games. Dumbarton, Hibs, and St Mirren.
Oh, St Mirren, is it?
Aye.
Well, I've not got a ticket for that yet. I better go in the below.
How do you know?
No. Well, I didn't get one through my Jers. I got a Hibs ticket through my Jers.
Oh, well done.
I know. That was good of them, wasn't it?
Aye, pleased for you. Well, everybody, but I'm pleased for you.
Thanks.
Listen, we'll not read too much into a friendly bridge, but we'll see where it takes us, and it'll be interesting to see guys like Raskin. It'll be interesting to see who plays at centre half, you know. It'll be interesting to see who plays in midfield. The line with Raskin is Dowell going to appear, you know. We're intrigued to see who's fit.
Yeah.
Davey?
You're spot on, folks. You're spot on. We'll get a better idea about the Portuguese guy. See what he's all about.
I'll be interested to see his movement, how he plays, if he gets
you know,
off
you don't
tomorrow.
know. You don't know if he's going to be playing either up front with Dessers or what position, maybe drop him. That's the worrying thing that I picked up on it. He says I'm not a striker.
You're going to play Scott Wright, David?
No, don't go there, please. I'm having a good night tonight. He'd have shot there. He'd have shot in that game, and he was about 40 feet out of the bar. That was enough for me.
Very good.
I think Silver will start, if I'm being honest, Southside.
Aye, I think so. He could play him. He could play Dessers up front and play him to the left. I don't know if you think he'll play him through the middle. He might, but I think he might play Dessers through the middle and maybe play him slightly the left in the seamer role. I don't know, just my thought on it. Maybe try and link up together with they two. See what Dessers does, but That's just my feeling, because it's a game against Copenhagen. It might be something you look at. I don't think you'd play it against Dumbarton, the two of them. I think you'd play one out the two. But I think if he's not going to play him as an out-and-out striker, then I think he'll fit him into the team, either on the left or on the right, either side of it. But McCausland's been doing all right, so the left side's up for grabs in it. So you think he'd maybe play for the seamer role if he's playing Dessers through as a striker, mate.
It's going to be interesting. We'll miss a big seaman. I mean, I know he had a purple patch. He's not been as good, but he still gave us a shift, and he's been out the piece of arguably been my second best player. Would that be fair? Maybe Scotland being and then Seamer. Would that be fair?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can tell the amount where he's away even back doing the fullback position, and before you know it, he's up there nearly scoring a goal. You know, that tells you everything about that man. You know, and I'll be really disappointed if we can't get him. But as the rest of the guys were saying, it depends on what they're asking, and he keeps playing well. You know what happens there, the price goes up, but I don't think we can afford to lose him. But there depends on the finances.
We'll miss him. Bridgman, what about the forward there? That's a puzzle, isn't it?
So, you know, can I say, I was so desperate, like a month or so ago, desperate to see Danilo back, and really good. This is going to be great. And now all of a sudden he's out again, kicked out of the game. Just shocking. However, Seamer's a big loss. He's got a lot of qualities that a lot of folk can't. He's got this pace and energy to run the whole length of the pitch, you know. And this is what I was expecting Todd Cantwell to do as well. The energy to run back to box to box. And it doesn't seem to be able to do that. Lovely player when he's on the ball, and he can make things happen. But I'm expecting to be someone that can run, pick the ball up, and just go on and make play. And John Lundstrom doing well. So up front, I tell you now, I just think you're going to end up playing Dessers and that new boy Silva. You'll probably play the two of them up front. That's what I think they'll do.
I'm interested to see how the boy plays, you know, but
yeah.
Well, I've watched him. He's obviously got ability, but then we'll see how he goes in the physicality, you know. But anyway, we'll start getting a handle on him tomorrow night and maybe time to judge him as we build up. Last word for your good self, old Davy. And listen, look, I know Christmas is a while away, but you make sure you get yourself all set up for Christmas, and we'll speak to you after then, all right?
Can I ask? Hey, you say, do you write his script?
No, because he's not very nice to you, Davey. I wouldn't be like that.
Nah, he's a lot top class guys, and thanks for letting me on tonight. I'm sorry I hadn't been on before, but
if I was nice to you, you would wonder what was wrong, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you're dead right. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. It's the best show in town. I've said it for years, and it's always a privilege to speak on this show. And
I'll never forget the time I phoned you to offer you some nice abuse. You gave me down the phone.
Was it sexual?
No, just abuse.
Okay, anyway, God bless you guys, and I hope we win tomorrow. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and God bless the Gers.
Always like you go, mate. Southside.
Aye, it was good to hear the old on. It was good to do the show with the legend, the Bridgeman. It's good to get back to looking forward to going to Ibrox tomorrow, mate. Knowing that weather, mind you, but looking forward to going, and we'll see Brian Laudrup and all probably making an appearance on the park or at the side of the park.
His sheepskin, eh?
But looking forward to seeing what team he picks, and hopefully we'll see a wee bit of a performance. Results not the main thing, but obviously you like to see the Rangers win, whether it's a friendly or no. So hopefully we'll see that tomorrow. But thanks for having us on, and enjoyed it.
Oh, brilliant! Good to hear from you, Bridgeman.
What can I say? Absolutely brilliant night, by the way. Well done, Oxtear. And well done to the techie guys in the background. And a big thank you to Southside for dragging me through it. But much appreciated. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, Ibrox is open. I'm going to try and go over there tomorrow night. I don't know if we'll make it or not, but I'm going to try and go over. And good luck to Rangers for tomorrow night, seriously. And everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us at this point in time. Keep it going.
Yeah. Listen, thanks to Brian who phoned in earlier, old Davey, of course, great to hear from him. Southside and Bridge for doing the show, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals in the background. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We will build up to the friendly at Copenhagen. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, everybody. Take it away, Old School Blue.